competitive gaming, what's the science of it on an emotional level, on a mental level? What's the psychology of competitive gaming, of going pro? How does that work your mental state? What is the important things to remember? Like, what are some things you should do? What are some things you shouldn't do regarding the mental aspect of video games? What's up, dreamers? Welcome to Drive to Vibe. And if you're a professional, well, not even, if you're a gamer looking to go pro in video games, you're going to want to hear this, okay? The psychology of gaming. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about the psychology of gaming. Professional gaming or competitive gaming. Now, playing casual video games, if you're a competitive gamer, you know this. When you play casually and you just kind of, so I'm a competitive Counter-Strike player. I have been my whole life. I'm not currently competing, but I plan to come back. When I was playing heavily competitive and I would scrim or I would play matches, I was obviously very tense and my skill did not seem to be as high as it should be or was when I would play casually. Why is that? Because in casual settings, I was relaxed, okay? I was having fun, even though I did have fun competing as well, but the stress level wasn't there. So there's one of the biggest things is the stress of it. How do you get past doing that? Practice is 100% going to help you do that. Practice is going to help you do that. And this is easier said than done, but you got to wrap your head around the fact that regardless of how you slice it, it is still a video game. You're playing a video game, and regardless of if it's a competitive match or just a casual match that you're playing with friends, it is the same game that you're really good at, and you're gonna hit some shots. You're not going to hit some shots. You're going to miss some plays. You're gonna make some plays, and regardless of the outcome, it's still a game that you very much love to play, right? I would hope you love to play it. That's why you're there. So building that's kind of mental resilience. I just made a video about that, but that's one of the most important. That would be what sets the professionals apart from the non-professionals, is their ability to stay calm during these matches and to enjoy the match even as they're playing. So I mean, when you're playing a game, and even I know I can outplay most of the opponents in the game. There's tons of players that are better than me, but as I was competing, I knew I could keep up with most of the opponents, and I've proved that time and time again. But I used to let my nerves get to me, and that's one of the biggest things, like nerves obviously with stress. What are some things you can do for your nerves? Well, you can do a couple of things. I mean, there's always holistic approaches, which is where I'm going to go. So like before, you can do some like breath work. It's breath work. I made videos on this, and that's very important during the game as well, just to kind of get you to relax, get your heart rate down. You can do that in game as well. If you feel like your heart rate is starting to spike, close your mouth, breathe out of your nose. It'll start to slow your heart rate down temporarily, and that will very much help. You see that too in like military. I don't know. I read about that somewhere. I think they use nose breathing to steady their heart rate to help them in certain aspects in the military. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong on that. But so breathing techniques are important. Then just make sure that you're having fun. I lost my train of thought. So I don't know exactly why I just lost my train of thought, but breathing exercises are important before and after. Having a holistic approach. What's the most important thing is practice. Practice as much as you can to put yourself in a situation where you are in competitive mode, and it will play with better players. That's one of the best things you can do when you're practicing. Play with better players, as good as you could possibly find. Get annihilated in that game. That I played with better players, and it made me a better player. It also helped with my stress levels, because while I was practicing with these better players and I was getting absolutely destroyed, it taught me a ton about how to remain calm, how to not be nervous, how I can keep up, especially when I started playing and keeping up with them. It was, like night and day. And I would play phenomenally in matches once I started to learn how to do that, okay? So there's a couple of things. I know I lost my train of thought and it kind of veered me off track, so I apologize. But if you have any tips of your own, let me know. I would love to or have any questions, let me know in the comments. I'd love to get a conversation started. Hit that like button, helps out the channel. Hit that subscribe button for more content like this. And I hope to see you up in the next video. Later, dreamers.